have chosen wisely.
Hello, this is Josh. Before we start, I'd like to invite all of you to check us out on all social media. Listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher Radio, and fieldofgeeks.com. Thanks.
Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Hello, and welcome to Field of Geeks, episode 72. We are your host. I'm Josh.
I'm Mitch.
I'm Dave.
Special guest.
Yes.
This is Dave's second show with us.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
So, yeah, we have a pretty cool show today. There's going to be a lot of talk about the new D23 Expo. I don't know if you guys checked any of that out. Been making some headlines for the last couple of days.
D23?
Yes, D23, and then we have...
Is that Disney?
Yeah, it's their expo.
Oh, wow.
They just basically tell us how awesome they are and show us as well, and we just bow down. And
Well, there's a lot to Disney. I went to the last weekend. I went to Minnesota, their science center. They had the big Pixar showing, and one rendering of one screenshot can take upwards to 26 hours for their supercomputers to render.
That's insane.
And that's just to figure out if they got all the lighting. So once they've gotten all the coding down, then they hit render, and then 26 hours later they come back and say, okay, does this look right or not?
Right.
So can you imagine, like, every single frame?
They're incredible. That's
Yeah.
They gotta upgrade the computer, man.
Well, they have, what is it, 300 or 30,000 processors in their system, and at any given time they're working on 6 movies in various stages of development. So it really is like around the clock. Like when you see this big building of manufacturing, it's like you have shifts, right? Well, I kind of have a feeling that's the way it is over there. Mm-hmm. They just have people that do morning, night, and it's just
a lot
amazing.
Of coffee.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know if you know this, but very similar stats of kind of process time as to when they were working on the Incredible Bulk. Have you seen the Incredible Bulk?
No.
Damn it, that joke was lost.
Oh, wait, there it is.
No, okay, so anybody listening, go YouTube The Incredible Bulk.
Okay.
It is the worst, like, just god-awful ripoff of The Incredible Hulk, naturally.
Okay.
But he's just this big purple guy. And every scene is set to, like, a green screen. And it's just done so poorly. It's just, like, it's so terrible.
So we'll check that out. You
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
Incredible Bulk.
Yes.
Yeah, with a B.
B. Okay. Gotcha.
Big purple guy.
Nice.
I think it might have been on Netflix when I watched it.
Oh, no.
We also have non-Disney things. I wanted to talk about the new Bond movie.
Yes.
A possible spin-off of Mad Max, Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, and some other info here. But first, let's start with some just quick news topics. Tom Holland and Zendaya, I think that's her name. She's they're both in the movie Spider-Man Homecoming, which Dave and I saw. They're dating now.
Are they?
This isn't the first for Spider-Man and cast member. Tobey Maguire dated Kirsten Dunst, so I thought that was pretty interesting. They're both young and happening. They're in their early 20s. So
Well, you spend 3 months on a movie together. I'm sure that there's going to be sparks. Mm-hmm. They're both young. We'll see
it's
what
a Marvel
happens.
movie. There are sparks, and then there's like emotional sparks, right? Right. I went deep. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway,
Robust.
Yeah.
Robust joke.
Shows like an onion.
Yeah, exactly.
A robust onion.
Holland. Side note: Holland wants Tobey Maguire to be Uncle Ben.
Ooh.
I don't want that. Sorry.
Yeah, but just think of all the
I gave it
facial
away. I don't want it,
features.
guys. Huh?
Think of all the facial features we'd get from that, though. How many different Spider-Man shots we got of Tobey Maguire?
Him taking a dump. That's how he always looked when he was like, ugh.
Yeah.
No.
Can we have Emo Tobey Maguire be...
Oh no.
Oh, you mean Symbiote Parker?
Yeah, Symbiote Parker do Uncle Ben. Just gonna pop his collar as he's walking through.
They're gonna change it.
Gets shot.
Spider-Man just flat out kills him out of annoyance. He's like, I just hate you.
Damn you, Uncle.
But they're like, him and Marissa Tomei are 10 years apart. So, unless, hey, I'm not trying to say you can't have a relationship like that, but That's kind of a stretch. I don't want him as Uncle Ben. Sorry,
No.
but
Why are we talking about Uncle Ben again? Like, haven't we already covered it?
well, there's talks that later on they're gonna probably reveal who Uncle Ben was in the universe, because I'm sure they're gonna show some like a flashback, not like a whole retelling, but you know, it is kind of elephant in the room, which I know some of us don't really need to explore, but I know. But hey, at least they did a whole movie without mentioning him. Like, really?
I'm just glad that Uncle Ben's dead already by this point.
It's just it was just like, come
It's like, how
on.
many times can you kill off people in
He's
a
a
movie?
Terminator.
Yeah.
He's never come back, actually. I don't think ever. So.
No.
Well, I mean, you know, and okay, if they do it where there's a flashback of Uncle Ben being shot, right, and then people are like,
Right in the head.
and-
Like,
right?
jeez.
If people are like, I'm okay with it,
This is a
then I
Disney
got
movie?
issues with the people that were like throwing a shit that they brought up the whole B versus Superman, right?
Yeah, all right.
Like, and they were like, they showed his parents getting shot again. It was a flashback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that actually had something to do with
It
the
was done
story.
very well, and it was.
I think it
artsy
was
to, yeah. It
Just short enough that we didn't have to delve into that whole feel again.
one that reflected the ending of that movie, you know. But yeah, who knows if they'll ever explore the Uncle Ben thing concept?
How about we
but-
just get Arnold Schwarzenegger to be Uncle Ben?
Oh no, please not.
Just his last line being, "What the fuck did I do?"
Or Stallone.
No, he's already in the universe.
Is it?
Yeah, yes.
Guardians.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Did
he
you see
plays.
Guardians?
2 or 1?
2.
No.
Oh, he's in there.
Oh, really?
He's actually pretty good. Yeah.
No, I would just like to see him like with his Stallone voice saying "There's great power."
oh,
Good
gosh.
power. It's like, what's he saying?
How about Tommy? What's his face from The Room?
Oh, Tommy Wiseau.
How would that go, Mitch?
I can't
Oh hey, oh hi Peter.
Oh, hi, Gun.
Oh my God.
Oh, hi, Bullet. I've been shot. You're tearing me apart, Bullet.
It'd be awful. Oh man.
Oh, but tons of fun.
He gets directed himself.
And then
I did not hit her. I did not.
And then just then, Jeremy Sisto runs in and shoots him one more time. Is he dead?
The end.
Yeah. That's all we need of Uncle Ben. Little Tommy Wiseau.
Have you guys seen the one where they splice Tommy Wiseau into the Star Wars
Yeah.
preview?
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's like, "Oh hi, Mark," and he just throws a football into the head.
Just a reminder for the audience, go seek out the Room commentary we did.
Yes.
It's on YouTube and Podbean, of course, and iTunes as well. But definitely check that out. That was quite something.
Yes, it's probably the first time that I've ever seen Steve, like,
Zone out.
zone out, yeah. To the point where he's just like, I've never seen such a disaster.
Yeah, he's actually started playing a game.
Yeah, I mean, it was mind-boggling to
Just
him.
couldn't stand it.
But you can buy it on Blu-ray on Amazon.
There you go.
$19.
Or rent it from Mitch.
Yep.
See, there's that fine line where you just have to make something that's so atrocious,
Yeah.
it's good. Like,
Well, I mean, it's gotten him fame.
Oh yeah, and
Right,
they made a movie called The Disaster Artist, starring James Franco.
Did that come out yet?
I believe it has.
playing
Is it?
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
He looks good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. They yeah.
I have, after watching a couple of Franco movies, I have a lot more respect for him. I think after watching 11/22/63 or whatever it was,
Still haven't seen that. But
Yeah.
I heard that's really good.
I always
Go
thought he
with
was kind of the drunken, drugged out, dazed, confused kind of guy. And then watching him in that movie and realizing that he actually has some serious acting chops makes me wonder, is he just having fun right now? And then later on in his life, is he going to do some serious movies? Because that was a great miniseries.
Well, and that's the thing. Ever since Pineapple Express,
Yeah.
really, everything's changed about his.
Yeah, his
You know, a lot of
persona.
people
Yeah.
think he's like a pothead thing, and he
Yep.
probably is in real life. Who knows? But him and Seth Rogen, those parts are written for their characteristics, and they switched them for that movie. And
Yeah.
ever since then, it seems like Franco, maybe he has gotten a lot of work out of it in a way, because people get maybe surprised, or
Yeah.
he does goofball comedies. He did one with Bryan Cranston. I didn't.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
where
see it.
yeah.
But anyway, he is actually a good actor, and he was known for being a pretty boy back in the day.
And his brother in Now You Can See Me, or what is that? Now You See Me
See
Too?
Me or something like Now
You See Me Too?
Oh gosh, what's his
I
name?
just saw that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't like the first one because it feels like you just got thrown into the middle of a movie as it starts, and then you're like, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
And then the second movie actually has some serious stuff. It's weird because I was reading reviews on it, and people who love the first one hated the second one, and people who haven't seen the first one love the second one.
Maybe I'll like it then, because
Yeah.
I didn't like the first one. I thought the ending was really like it was stupid.
They've already greenlit a third one with all the remaining characters coming back.
Really?
So yeah,
Did you ever see that movie, Dave?
No.
it's seriously really good. There's a whole scene where they're trying to steal a computer chip, and they have it on the back of a playing card. And they have to get searched because the card detects the system and it throws off a whole bunch of red lights. And then they have to basically like flip the card around. You know how they do those tricks with cards? They throw them in the air and they fly and all that stuff. And then they have to catch it behind their back. It's just really cool.
Well, that was the thing in the first one. I mean, you probably don't mind the spoiling, but at the end, they're real magicians.
Mhm.
Isn't that the deal? They're
Yeah.
real magicians.
They're called the Horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I might check out the second one now that you said that, because I didn't like the ending of the first one. I thought it was just...
It was hokey.
It was like, we got to have a twist. Let's put something in there that does not make sense. Like Mark Ruffalo was pursuing these kids with passion, and it turns out he was the guy leading them.
Yeah.
It just was stupid. It didn't seem like it fit, you know?
Yeah.
But...
Definitely see the second one.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on, Batman, that new movie Matt Reeves is going to direct with Ben Affleck starring. A while back, Affleck and Jeff Johns wrote a script treatment. That's been rejected now, so Matt Reeves is going to start all over again. So it's kind of, I don't know.
Not Bullseye, Deathshot. Is he still going to be in it?
I don't know. Might be a casualty of that. I'm not sure.
I hope Jeff Johns still has some sort of writing credit or big influence, because he did with Wonder Woman and it was amazing.
Right. He still is Kevin Feige so he can call some shots. But yeah, I hope Joe Manganiello, I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, I hope they use him, because he's a good actor, and he really deserves a big part, and that would really suck. Like, hey, we got you cast. Get some test footage. Oh, never mind. We're not.
Well, and the
anymore.
dude's been working out like serious.
Yeah.
Who is he going to be?
Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke.
The guy with the like half black, half orange face. Yeah.
What about? I heard it was supposed to be like kind of a noir kind of style detective.
That too.
film.
It is going to be that. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, does that mean like black and white or whatever?" But noir can mean so many things. But it's gonna be very detective centric,
right?
Which we never really seen in the Batman movie. And I think Reeves plans to do a trilogy, and he's inspired by Nolan. But I hope he kind of takes some of Nolan and the new universe and puts them together, because Nolan kind of didn't really embrace. Nolan's was just a standalone. And I don't want this one to be. It obviously can't, because Affleck's Batman's been involved with Superman and everybody. So, but yeah, hopefully, I'm sure Affleck's still committed, but I don't. If they reject the script, it's like, is that going to make him like, I don't want to do this? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you'll stick to it. He should, because I really do enjoy his take on Batman.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
He looks like the atypical Batman in the comics.
He's a beast. You put him up with any other Batman, like it's like their kid dressed up.
I mean, like that's the thing, right?
Not saying anything bad, but
but I think he
beast,
embodies what Batman is, like the Batman is.
Yeah, if you saw him in the alley, you'd be scared shitless.
Yeah, like
I would.
Bruce Wayne's supposed to be that kind of billionaire playboy. Yeah, he could fit that.
Well,
but he's also he bulked up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he got in the best shape of his life. I mean, those workout scenes were intense. I mean, he's just like, ugh. Yeah.
Sledgehammer and a big tire.
It's like, I get to get to the gym. Holy crap.
Don't even start. I went to a water slide park the other day, and I was out of breath when I got back to the bottom of the water slide. Like, I don't even know how that was possible. Like, I was out of breath. I was like, I'm like, how does that even happen? I'm like basically getting out. I'm worn out by gravity.
Maybe you held your breath on the way down.
No, I mean, I was screaming. I was like, but I was just like, I am pathetic.
Like, oh, it was a tough climb. No, I just descended.
That was a good workout. What? Oh, I slid down a slide.
I just fell. I fell down.
Yeah, it's basically like fall down some stairs and be like, wow, that's a good workout.
Nice.
I'm really out of breath.
I'm there with you. Yeah, for sure. Entertainment Weekly, they just released several Black Panther photos, which look incredible. They also released at least one photo of Justice League from what I could find online. It's a great pose of Batman. It's like a profile shot, kind of, him and Wonder Woman and Flash, maybe. But, man, that suit looks great. It looks better and better. I was afraid at first with the new suit. It was too dark, because I like that gray and black look. But this looks like a darker gray, but it's...
But his emblem now is a little bit white, isn't it? That
was for only one promotional shot, and Joey thinks maybe they just use that to give attention to the symbol because there's a lot of darkness around him. I hope that's true, because I don't mess with that look. I think it's perfect.
I tell you what, this is the best Batman logo that I've ever seen in a movie. I love the fat bat. Yeah,
I love it, and I missed the bullseye when they stopped using that.
I did too. But
I like
this is better.
Yeah, it goes more back to, in the beginning, Batman just had a bat on his chest. He didn't have a bullseye. That just came out later with like Adam West and stuff. But
Adam Wee,
rest in peace. Tyrese Gibson has confirmed that he has been talking to Warner Brothers about Green Lantern. Jon Stewart, what do you think? You think Tyrese could pull it off?
Tyrese is who again?
He's from Fast and Furious. He's like the wisecracking dude.
I haven't seen enough of his newer movies to know if he can gun down a serious role. Because
sadly, it's only been the Fast and Furious.
I know Jon Stewart is like a by the letter, by the book kind of guy, like very militant. He doesn't have a sense of humor.
I saw like something online. It was showing the guy who does that show Luther should be Jon Stewart.
Oh. Idris Elba. Yeah.
And I was like, that makes sense.
A lot of people think he'd be a great Bond. I do, but he's probably up there in age, unfortunately. Like, he's probably as old as Craig is, you know. But yeah, I would see that too.
But have you seen the previews for The Dark Tower?
Oh yeah.
Like, he looks cool.
Oh, he's awesome.
And I think he would just do awesome as a Green
He
Lantern.
would. He might be too old. Yeah. That's the only thing I could think of. But I mean, you could just dye his hair a little bit.
You know what I'm looking forward to, though? One of my favorites. When they release Martian Manhunter.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
I don't know when that's going to be.
Well, he could be John Jones too, right?
Oh yeah, they could cast him, sure, if they go that route, because right now Supergirl has him, and I think they're trying to avoid a lot of confusion, even though they have some with the Flash, and Superman off screen, on cinematic and TV. So, but yeah, he would be I think he'd be a good Martian Manhunter for sure.
I love Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
He's totally underrated.
Oh,
Do you like him, with how they portrayed him in Supergirl so far? Have you seen any of that?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah, like it's
probably the first live action, right?
Yeah, no, I think he's awesome. He's a total, the thing is I don't think people understand how much of a badass he really is,
Oh, yeah.
His ability to fade in, fade out, and shapeshift, and...
Yeah.
What was it in Supergirl? He ripped some guy in half.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I don't know if I saw it, but yeah.
Oh, it was just awesome.
He's crazy.
From like paper.
Yeah. But he's got such a level-headed sense. He's just like, I'll be crazy when I need to, but that's about it.
I'll keep it tame for a while. Solo Hulk movie is not going to happen, according to Mark Ruffalo. He said, for one, he's too old. I mean, by the time they get around to it, he's going to be too old for the part. And Universal isn't playing ball with Marvel, which we already knew, because Universal has the rights for a standalone Hulk movie. So it's really complex. But he said Feige basically has plans for him, like he's going to be in this new Thor movie,
right?
Ragnarok, so I think he'll have bigger parts in those movies, I hope, and that'll probably be the closest we get to
Could they
Solo.
do what was the one? He goes like he's an old man. Where does he live?
Oh, like an older Hulk you're talking about? I'm not
old
sure.
And he has a kid.
Oh, that's
like they have the son and wife of Hulk, or
that's
when he went to the planet.
It's that Logan movie.
Oh, you mean it's an Old Man Logan?
Old Man Logan,
storyline?
the Old Man Logan storyline where he's got kids and all that stuff, and they're kind of inbred.
Yeah, which they couldn't have done with the
No.
Logan movie. But
No, and put a dinosaur in there.
yeah, that too. Yeah, they are all on the Lost World project,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, this kind of kicks off the D23 Expo, which is Disney's big expo where they basically show off their toys that that are coming, and this Hulk revelation came out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of footage and panels and plans. Will Smith has been cast as the genie in the live-action Aladdin. Naomi Scott, who was the Pink Ranger in the new Power Rangers movie,
Yes.
she's gonna be Jasmine, and it's gonna be directed by Guy Ritchie. So,
Ooh, that's a weird combination.
yeah, I know. I'm kind of shocked Guy Ritchie's doing it. Well, here's even a weirder combination.
really-
Dumbo is gonna be directed by Tim Burton. So, which might work. I don't know, but there's a cool still of Burton on a train that's aged. Weathered. I don't know. We'll see if he can pull it off without
Burton
it being
has just
dark.
Burton has such a distinct style.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely opposed to it. I mean, for a long time, he used to be one of my favorite directors, but
Yeah.
he's good at certain things.
Right.
Now, is it pronounced Naomi or Naomi?
Might be Naomi.
Oh, okay. Naomi Scott. Was she the Pink Ranger?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure Will Smith will do a right job, but he'd probably be too Will Smithy. I don't know. You can't replace Robin Williams, hands down. And if he was still alive, sadly, man, he'd be getting this part.
Oh yeah, no,
Could
they're
not give it to anybody else.
are you gonna dress him up?
I don't know these live actions, but I didn't think Beauty and the Beast would work, and actually, I think it did pretty well. I mean, they really.
I saw a couple of minutes of that last weekend.
Mhm.
I was surprised and impressed.
Yeah, they did a lot of tweaking to the Beast as
They
they're
did.
showing like teaser footage, and yeah, it looked kind of. But then the final result was pretty good, and
Yeah.
they got to, and they worked in the the candles that could talk and the
Mm-hmm.
teapots, which I couldn't even imagine. So I'm sure they'll pull this off. I imagine he'll be a CG entirely. Maybe at the beginning. I don't know if you remember the beginning of Aladdin, where there's the dude selling the genie lamp or what the
Yeah.
hell is it? What's he in? A genie?
Well, he's in a lamp.
The lamp.
Yeah.
Is it a lamp? Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Who are they gonna get to play Aladdin himself?
they cast this unknown
Oh.
guy. He's
It better be what's her face's boyfriend from Full House.
no.
DJ's boyfriend from Full House.
No.
It's like there's a huge
That would be
age gap
perfect.
here. This is a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, Naomi Scott. I mean, they were. I'm looking at the internet right now. They actually look pretty close when you look at them with the cartoon character.
Well, I think
versus her.
she's good.
She'll-
I mean,
She'll look the part for sure.
they've been trying to cast this accurately, so it's taken some time to find
Yeah.
people. The Aladdin they got, I just don't know the actor. He's only in this new Jack Ryan television series.
So the question that I have: are they going to keep the monkey
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
as a sidekick? And
Oh,
how are they
yeah.
going to do
Apu?
Apu? Yeah, how are they going to do the flying carpet? Is that all going to be CGI? I suppose.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it'll work. I
Of
mean,
course, like they
yeah.
did in Beauty and the Beast. The Beast was
Well,
CGI. So, yeah.
Superman's cape in like Man of Steel and Batman.
Oh yeah.
That was all CG.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Have a
that.
cape.
I think only the scenes
good.
where they just stand in dialogue and not action. I think that's the only times they have a cape on, like
Yeah.
a physical cape. But other than that, yeah, there's never a cape on them. It's crazy what they can do now.
I know.
Remember
Well, that's
their-
the thing, right?
yeah.
Is I think if you make the non-focal point CG, totally fine.
Yeah,
But if the focal point is CG, then it's just garbage.
That's
Right.
a
You
good
can
point.
tell.
Yeah.
it needs to be an
Right.
afterthought, pretty much. Like
Mad,
Beauty and the Beast
yeah, like
was
Fury Road, like Mad Max, right?
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
of the backgrounds entirely CG,
incredible.
and you didn't really notice.
No,
You're like, oh, they're driving through a canyon.
those big epic wide shot scenes with all these cars.
Mhm.
Those are like 3 images spliced together.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they filmed separate. And
wow.
they just put them together.
But
'Cause,
then
you know,
again, it's not a focal point, so you don't have
yeah, because
you
you're concentrating on Max and those
Yeah,
characters.
right.
So yeah, that's
so it's
what-
just it's kind of like that background kind of filler. It just kind of
I think
blends
that's
in.
their approach. I mean, it has to be Disney's approach because these characters are powerful on their own. So if you focus on them and let the special effects kind of take a back seat, which it's hard to, but you do notice them, of course. But yeah, I'm sure Aladdin will be fine. I don't know how they'll do Genie. I don't know. I'm sure Will Smith will do fine.
But he had
I'm sure
legs
he will
in a
too.
lot of the thing, though, right?
What's that?
He had legs in most of the cartoon. He just like that. Every time he came out of the lamp, he was kind of
Yeah, had a tail.
Yeah.
and then and then he had legs.
God, who are they gonna get?
He had a huge huge upper torso though.
But most of
Yeah.
Tiny waist.
Well,
and
then
then
that's
Yeah.
why it'll probably be CG, maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
I have this hard time believing that, I don't know, maybe Will Smith can ad-lib a lot. I mean, that movie, the only reason why he didn't win a Grammy for his songs and all that stuff in Aladdin is because it wasn't scripted. That's all ad-lib.
Oh right, yeah.
And
You mean
that's
you mean
some huge-
Oscar or Grammy?
well, what was it? It was up for like some sort of song award and all that stuff.
Oh,
that
right. Yeah,
Friend Like
yeah.
Me song.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
that was basically him. I mean, they basically put Robin Williams in the studio and told him, "Here's what you want to say," and then he just went off,
Yeah.
and it made the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a good movie. Obviously, it's
what about Shaq for the genie?
no.
I mean, he proved his
Shazam.
He proved his genie chops in Shazam. Shazam.
I am Kazam.
With Will Smith, and then maybe, I don't know. Incredibles 2 was one of the features as well for
Yes.
this expo.
I cannot wait for that. That was a great
No,
movie.
it's been, 13 years?
Has it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Where's my super suit?
But, a lot of people say that is the best Fantastic Four movie, if you think
Yes,
about it.
yep.
Because it pretty much is the same powers. But Elastigirl is going to be basically the lead in this movie
Oh, okay.
versus Mr. Incredible. They did show some test footage of Jack. He's got new powers. He can multiply,
Oh, cool.
which, he's very fast. So
Sure.
it makes sense. That's due out June 15th, 2018.
Nice.
So it'll be here before you know it. It's crazy. Also, Toy Story 4 is coming. That'll be June 21st, 2019. So
Tom Hanks still?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell if they don't. And obviously they had Star Wars Episode 8
Oh, yeah. Is that coming out
Christmas.
Christmas this year? Okay.
Well, December. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's right on Christmas, but yeah, they basically, that whole Han Solo controversy, they had to fire the directors because they were just screwing up the script, sounds like. Maybe it wasn't terrible what they were doing, but they were going against the guy who wrote the script, which is Lawrence Kasdan. This guy knows what he's doing. He's written before for Star Wars, and this is kind of his swan song as a screenplay writer, so it's kind of a big deal to him. But anyway, they were going to show a lot of Han Solo footage, apparently. So that's why we ended up getting this behind-the-scenes footage of Episode 8. It's kind of like thrown together so they could have something to show.
Of course.
It's really cool. It reveals quite a lot of new creatures, amazing sets, of course. Director-writer Ryan Johnson, he really seems to be nailing this story. A lot of people are praising him. He did Looper.
Looper was a good movie.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah. Great new take on time travel, I thought. But yeah, it looks great. I'm really excited. And
Do you think it's just going to be another Empire Strikes Back?
No, I think this is something entirely different. Like, he wrote this, so it's an original idea.
No, I know. It's just people who are like,
Oh, I know. I think
it's like the Force Awakens is just a new hope. And like,
but see what they were trying to do. What they were trying to do with Awakens. They're trying to get old fans, new fans to kind of rediscover Star Wars.
As long as it wasn't like kind of one of the prequels.
Yeah,
I was fine.
Yeah, it was great. Practical effects. Hey, welcome back.
Just
real
add
sets?
MacGruber in there.
Oh, and the total
man.
absence of sand.
Yeah.
Oh, so irritating.
Talking about sand?
Yeah, it just gets everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Well, man, have you looked at those prequels lately? Those digital backgrounds look awful. It's like they're blurry. You can't even. It's like, oh man, this was not a good idea, George.
just some of them are just done in crayon.
Pretty much.
You see like the Denny's logo in the background.
Like,
It's like,
oh,
that's
there's a
just a
green
napkin you drew on.
He let his kid draw one of the backgrounds. And,
Oh god.
oh, George Lucas, you're missed.
Really? I love it. People are like,
That was sarcasm.
no, it's just people are like, oh, it's just like he created Star Wars. Yeah, but
He did, and hats off to him, and he revolutionized the toy industry because he, the studio's like, you want all rights? Okay,
yeah,
sure.
let me
what's
ask you
wrong
this
with
though: if it wasn't for Empire Strikes Back, right, would it have been as big as it was? Because I think Empire Strikes Back is
Well,
still
it was
the
already
best
big
one.
though, wasn't it?
Yeah, like
The
but you had
first one
Star
was,
Wars,
yeah.
right? And then it was like, oh, okay, we got
Yeah,
something.
Empire definitely.
And
set
then
it up
Empire
there.
Strikes Back, like, pfft, and he didn't even direct that one.
No, he did not. No, and he didn't write the entire thing either. Lawrence Kasdan wrote that one.
Right.
So that's the problem with the prequels. It was all George for the prequels.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's
The
what I'm
originals-
saying. It's just like,
Yeah.
So he had people helping him on the first three. First three, great. The prequels, it was just him, right? Because then, so can we all be like, no, it wasn't all you, George. It wasn't you, George. Like you came up with the idea about things flying through space, shooting at each other.
Should be
Congratulations. I've had that thought too.
It should be a clip of him rapping episode 3 and
Yeah.
oh, that was great, George, and they just walk him out. Shut the door.
Like, thank you for your input.
Like any good business, sometimes you have a great idea and you need somebody else to come in and help expand upon that. I think what he saw was a legacy and he was trying to build it and continue with it, but he should have had more help.
Well, yeah, and I think that was his arrogance. I think he was like, "This is mine. I built this,"
and I get it.
And didn't give the time or consideration to say, "No, he didn't build it by himself."
Yeah,
there was a ton of other people and input that went into crafting exactly what that was.
Yeah,
well, and he should embrace the fans. There's a ton of fan stories out there before.
Have you noticed the Star Wars universe after he finally stepped down and handed it over to Disney is getting significantly better?
It's getting bigger too.
It's getting bigger. The
Not
universe
just
is
focused on Leia and Luke and Han. It's like
so now that we're getting some actual fan input, and for years this stuff has had so much fan input.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the books, the offshoots, the non-canon stories, that it's just a waste. And it surprised me that it took until 99 or something like that for the next one to come out, that some company didn't think about helping them out or buying them out or something like that to expand upon it, because it really is probably, besides Bond, the biggest series of movies that could ever be built.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when they re-released the original trilogy, which was great to see, and he added things to it. I like some of the stuff he did to it. Not all of it, but I like adding more, TIE fighters and just like little things that don't screw up the movie. Like I hate the Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, in the first
addition
one,
to the that's so bad.
And they made him so small in comparison to what he was in the third movie.
You know why,
It's
right?
like he gained a whole bunch of weight.
Because it was originally an actor.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. And I remember at the time, because Ford, in the footage, he walks around the guy. And they're like, oh, crap, how are we going to do this? So they make him, go up, on Jabba's tail. And it looks bad. It does
I still have
Ugh.
one of the original first copies.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one where you can find the actual bumper sticker on the stormtrooper's butt, but the one where he's actually talking to an actual man instead of just Jabba the Hutt, and he walks over him, and his face lights up because he stepped on his tail and all that stuff.
And they had to
there were
tweak
some
that
dumb
CG
additions
twice already. Because, it's just crazy. But what I was getting at is maybe he should have released the prequels at that time in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he should have had people help him do the prequels. But that's the problem. Star Wars could have been massive. It just died after Jedi. They had the Ewok spinoff and
well, you had
whatever
this
else.
feeling of completion. I mean, the whole storyline finally came to a close, but then there was always, nobody really thought about making how did Darth Vader become about? And so then that's when that took off. But
right.
Yeah, they should have had more fan input. Somebody should have came along and said, okay, let's help you out.
What matters, though, is we're finally getting what we should have gotten a long time ago. And gosh, we live in a time where we're going to get, not only we get superhero movies on the dime, but every year you're going to have a Star Wars movie.
But
That's
the good
just
thing
insane.
now is that the CGI, the computer systems technology is now to a point where we can have these movies. Back then they had to,
and as long as they marry them with practical effects, that's what matters. I think that's what people have learned from those prequels, which, in a way we needed those prequels to get here. If you think about it,
True.
It's hard to think about, but hey, I'm all for remaking the prequels entirely. So, because I think they could do a lot better, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people are against that, but
no,
that's sarcasm again. Yeah. But Wrinkle in Time. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this story. This was a trailer released at the Expo. It's based on a novel. It stars Chris Pine, Reese Witherspoon, Oprah, and
Oprah?
a lot of other people. Yeah, she's She's rocking a Dragon Ball Z hairdo. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You guys see it. You guys see it. It looks pretty cool.
Will this picture debut on her O magazine?
It might.
Oh,
Front and center. But, it's a good trailer though. Chris Pine, he basically is a scientist and he disappears, and these like 3 particular beings send Meg, her brother, and her friend, which is his kids, to space in order to find him. So it looks, I didn't even know about the novel.
Cool.
But yeah, and also they inducted some Disney legends, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher,
wow,
and Stan Lee.
Oh,
So,
cool.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. And you can see some of this footage out there. It's kind of hard. Obviously, the footage they showed of the movies, the test footage, you can't find that.
Yeah.
But San Diego's coming next week, so
Oh, you know what that means?
next show might
Tons
have
of leaked footage.
Yeah, next show will probably be talking a ton about what happened there. So
We should have an entire podcast about how to secretly do a good leaked footage without having your hand look like you're having a seizure while trying to film something. I swear to God, every time I get car sick almost watching it. You know.
like, this is gonna be great,
Yeah.
guys. Hi, this is my watch phone. And it's just, you just see the hairs on the arm. Like, dude, it didn't work. Lion King footage was shown. Director Jon Favreau, of course, is helming this because he did such a great job with Jungle Book. Simba's uncle, Scar,
Ooh.
might be played by Hugh Jackman,
Oh, wow.
which would be great. I think
That would be cool.
He can be a good bad guy if he gets the
Yeah.
right material.
Like, are you saying voicing?
Yes, voicing.
Oh, okay. Because it's like, if it's just Hugh Jackman, it's like,
They're gonna get him-
oh,
they're gonna get him in
I'm
that.
all for it.
They're gonna
Like,
give him, they're gonna give him a onesie, a lion onesie, and
rawr. Mate.
like, oh man, this is awful. Yeah,
Like, this is
rar, mate.
I have claws.
like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Avengers: Infinity War. A lot
Yes.
was shown about that. Some footage was revealed.
Oh.
Basically, the Guardians pick up Thor in space.
No way.
Thor lands on their windshield, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
That's
They
awesome.
pull Thor in, and
What?
Thor basically, I think, brings him into this big story, which is
Oh, wow.
Thanos taking over the galaxy or whatever.
Oh, this is gonna be
it seems
awesome.
like- I know, but man, it just seems like, how are they going to defeat this guy? Like, supposedly he has the power of a planet in his punch, and it's just like, how can you defeat something? I mean, they're all going to have to die, pretty much.
Well, you're going to see a couple people pass
Yeah.
away, I think.
Maybe it'll be a reset. I'm calling it, though. I think
It could be.
I think you're going to see Captain America. He's toast.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark's out.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because neither one of they're out of their contracts.
Oh.
And
Well,
they
wait.
wanna move-
I thought Cap signed on for one or
he
two
just
more.
signed on for Avengers 4.
Yeah.
He just did that.
So he'll
that's it,
definitely be
though.
back.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe-
Maybe a flashback.
Well,
I'm dead,
Infinity
but I'm a
War-
ghost.
Well, maybe Infinity War.
Toby Maguire's my dad.
No.
Wait a second. Did you say Tobey Maguire's my dad?
Wait a minute, I'm related to Peter Parker.
He calls up Doc Brown. Can you get the DeLorean already? We got to fix this. Yeah, we'll see.
The timeline's all scared out.
Marty.
This movie's all over the place. But you get to see
wrong universe.
That would be an awesome universe meld.
going back to the footage. You see Peter Parker in a bus, and his hairs on his arms stand up, which
Ooh.
kind of is like his spider sense.
Yeah.
And I guess he just looks up, and there's all kinds of mayhem. Tobey Maguire's up there saying, "I'm your uncle."
Tobey Maguire flies in the front windshield of the
That's the
bus.
time. It's like, hey,
No, he just got his web on the front. He's like,
hey, Tom, you are awesome as Spider-Man. You are fantastic. I love that you can do all these acrobats, and you're crazy, man. But we're not doing that idea of Uncle Ben. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So get back in that outfit and let's prance around there, buddy, and then slap him on his ass.
I appreciate his input. I'm glad they finally got somebody that can age with Spider-Man and not just be like this. Well, is he getting too old to play the part kind of thing? He's got some good long legs.
Well, he's 20. He's
Yeah.
20 years old, so they got time. And
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people are like, "Oh, Marissa Tomei's like she's a young Aunt May. She's 52." Okay, I'm pretty sure in the
She
back.
doesn't look 52. I'll
Oh,
tell
I know,
you that.
but I'm sure in the comics, Aunt May was probably in 50s because back then, 50s was like, oh,
Aunt May
dead,
was like,
you
I
know?
thought in her 60s, like
Maybe.
60s,
man,
70s.
Still.
it's just like, God.
She's not supposed to be hot.
She was always like 90.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wait for these T-shirts to come out. I have the hots for Aunt May. You know?
Remember when you graduated, Peter, and I was 90?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Why are you still here, Aunt May?
You've reversed.
Yeah.
You're 52.
She's a superhero.
It's like, damn it, May.
Go on with your badass self. This got weird.
It's Aunt May.
Incest. Ugh. Well, no, maybe she's not related. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be weird? Tony Stark and Aunt May have Spider-Man baby?
Spider-Man, baby. He's been my radioactive spider after he's born.
So,
Radioactive going.
clearly, Mitch, you're working for Sony. Because that's the only ideas they got.
If anything, these just have little iron babies.
Dong, dong, dong.
There's something wrong with my...
It's,
the pregnancy has gone totally wrong.
Jarvis gave me the wrong date.
But oh
dude.
yeah, that reminds me. I have an idea. If they kill Tony Stark off,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be cool if he came back as an AI?
That would be cool.
I think that'd be awesome. Whoever the next,
Kind of like Ultron a little bit.
yeah,
like
but
his-
a good like
yeah.
Jarvis,
Yeah.
Like Jarvis, yeah, that would be pretty neat. But apart from all these fantastic movies, Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, they've announced some park attractions that are coming. This Galaxy Edge is going to be a new attraction. It's due out in 2019. It'll be at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios, whatever that is. You can fly the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, wow.
You can be
Like
on
for
this-
real or just like pretend?
Well, would that be a mind blown thing? Like, hey, you've been flying the whole time. Like,
I don't know why. I don't know why I
imagine
thought
the-
if they just like they had a crossover with Uber. You're like your Millennium Falcon is 2 minutes away. You're like, oh, go!
Like, it's like that was an awesome ride, and you step off and you're in space. Like, oh my god!
You're like, oh, my lungs!
I didn't sign up for it. Yeah,
The cold vacuum of space.
but you can also
You just rate him at 0 1 star as you die. Terrible review.
it started great. Didn't like the ending too well.
Like, it was badass. He picked me up the Millennium Falcon, but then he dropped me off into a vacuum of space. And I died.
Would you go again?
Drop me off into the vacuum of space.
Like, you want
Never
an Uber
doing this
Black,
again.
Uber XL, Uber Falcon. Like, oh no, that gets some terrible reviews. Like, I'd love to ride on it.
You're not gonna drop me off in space, right? Right?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, let's go.
You have a review. The ride was a bit hairy. It's Chewbacca's your driver.
It's just like the one seat in the back is just covered in hair. Oh, God.
Han Solo corpse in the backseat.
My fellow passenger was dead. Damn this ride share.
Fucking robot keeps telling me the odds of things. The odds of reaching your destination.
I just want
Who
to get
are
to.
you?
I just want to get to Applebee's.
The odds of reaching your destination. Oh.
Oh man.
Just throw me off here, man. I don't care. Oh man.
Oh.
Well, you can also be on a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
even
good.
better.
Yeah, downtown. Oh, we're just taking everything out on the way in. Like, oh my god.
Well,
Big blue ball picked me up. Next thing I know, my destination was destroyed.
Might as well have just walked there. The entrance to the cockpit is as far away as I want to go.
I should have just walked.
but aside from all that, the scale is massive.
Oh,
So-
I bet.
and there's gonna be a cantina
Oh, even better.
where you can pick up some blue milk.
Oh, perfect.
So you'll get some blue milk, and Here's a picture. You guys won't. Whoever's listening can't see it. So
Wonderful.
Yeah. See.
D23. That's a
You
cool.
go out this door and get sucked out into space. So.
Picture taking a Uber driver.
1 star. 1 star. If I could get a 0 star, I would.
This guy's like, I hate my life. I'm gonna go into a star.
Why do all the reviews end in ...
It's just all these reviews are just a squiggly line.
Should be a selfie. Just a frozen face.
It's just you see the Falcon in the background.
He left himself on Facebook Live.
While I'm here,
Yeah.
arms freezing.
I'm glad he had the glad he had the foresight to bring the selfie stick.
There'll be some new Disney World attractions as well. Epcot Center is going to showcase Guardians of the Galaxy. And also they're going to upgrade their mission space, which will allow you to soar over the Earth. Like, hopefully not real, but
Millennium
Falcon direction. Yeah, there'll be a Tron light cycle roller coaster.
Oh, wow.
Which is big in like Shanghai or something. Yeah, you just get on it. And
I love how Tron has legs outside of the U.S., but in here it's just a fourth.
They're bringing it here.
Yeah.
That's from what I read, and they're bringing it here.
I mean, that's because that's the world that they live in. Like,
yeah.
You seen like Japan, like anything in Tokyo, it's all like fluorescent lights.
That's true.
It's like
yeah.
Blade
It's
Runner,
one
probably.
giant Vegas.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
like,
I mean, it's just basically Blade Runner.
They
Why
love that
isn't
movie
that all
so
futuristic movies start looking like
Japanese
Tokyo?
areas? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
like
good
every
question.
future movie.
They
is
bought
just-
everything.
right.
Maybe the CGI is done there, so then they just say, okay, well, let's do it cheaply. But good.
We don't have to add much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
just go
already
outside
made.
and film around.
Yeah.
Well, what years does this take place here?
Right.
Tokyo.
Like 2049. Blade Runner is just filmed in Tokyo. We'll just wait until it rains and then we'll film.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when it releases, they're not impressed over there. Like,
No.
What is this?
Nah, this was yesterday.
This isn't the future. Yeah, that's me walking in the street. What the hell? Yeah, they're going to also have Toy Story Land.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be real fun.
Will be.
Are they like regular sized toys?
I don't know.
Or are they like
Anything.
kind of like people sized like versions of the toys?
Well, I'm
Probably
sure.
both.
I'm sure
Maybe
like
throw
people size
little
versions.
sizes at you. Dress up as a big one.
Throw at you.
Just scare you to death.
Like, ah, damn it.
Not
Woody
the
was
eye.
made of wood. Damn it. Right in the face. 1 star. 1 star.
That's why you have to get a lot of pictures because the kids are going to have like a concussion and they're not going to remember the experience. So,
Just a picture of a kid dead. Like, oh my god.
little Jimmy would be like, "We never go anywhere." Like, yeah, look at these photos. You were knocked
You
out,
were
but
physically gone.
your mom and I had a blast. It was great.
Buzz Lightyear knocked you out.
He shot his ray at your face. Yeah,
Shoots him in the eye with a laser.
gave me LASIK surgery. Yeah. So all that sounds really cool. Maybe I'll actually get on a plane for a change and check it out. It'll probably be a fortune though. But they're gonna have all kinds of resorts, Star Wars themed. It's just madness. They're powerful.
Madness?
They own everything. Yeah, they're like a Bond villain. They own everything. They're taking over the world. Yeah. Dave's taking off. You want to plug anything before you go?
We have a Haunted Riders conference coming up in October. She starts on October 13th, Friday,
Oh,
the
cool.
13th.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So
Perfect
we got
time to
that,
pick it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be here in town. If you want more details, just go to the Making Book site on Facebook or the website at makingbooks.net. All the details are there. So whether you're a writer or a reader, you got stuff. So it's basically just a 3-day conference
Okay.
full of different courses and that
Awesome.
kind of stuff. And I'll be there.
Sweet.
Right on.
I think they're going to have the Armored Combat League there as well. Like
Okay.
some medieval fighters are going to do
Wow.
some like demonstration.
Is this the anime conference thing?
No,
or
no,
This is
this
the
is just
writers.
yeah.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Yeah, and then I'll be at the anime conference at the end of the month.
Awesome. Great.
You know, I'm gonna get a T-shirt that just has a picture of my face on it that says I'm kind of a big deal. See how many people ask me what I've actually done.
There you go. Works
love it.
every time.
Yeah.
60% of the time works all the time. Anyways, guys, I gotta roll.
All right,
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
coming,
much.
man. Appreciate
Yes.
it. It's been a while since we had a Bond movie.
Yep.
And finally, it's been, is Craig coming back? Is he not? I've kind of got used to the idea he's not coming back.
I have too. But there hadn't been that much talk about who was going to be the next Bond, so it almost seemed like in the back of everybody's heads he was coming back.
Yeah.
And like I said before, the only thing I hope is that if he does do this, that when he goes to do all the roundtable reviews and all that stuff, he doesn't put a negative spin on it like he's done, all this. Even if he is done, stay quiet about it. Just say, this is a great movie. This is what's coming out. Let the audience decide.
Think of the fans.
Yeah.
Yep. Like this means something to them. Don't dismiss it like it's.
Oh, exactly. And they love Daniel Craig. It's not that that we have a disdain for him or anything. It's just, when you're done, I suppose.
True. I mean, they've done this before. They've tested other people because Roger Moore, he went movie by movie. He didn't have a big multi-picture contract.
Yeah.
Which was probably smart on his part. He kept thinking he was done with it, like he was just too old, and he probably should have listened to himself more because he probably hung in there like 2 more than he should have. But
is he still the longest running Bond?
I can't remember offhand. I think him and Connery are tied, or maybe Moore's done more. But
seems like Moore's
done more.
Has, yeah.
No, but they've tested people before as Bond while. They still had Roger Moore. They didn't know if he's coming back or not. They tested Sam Neill back in the day and James Brolin.
Oh, wow.
Which would have been the first American Bond. That would have been kind of weird, but I don't know if he probably wouldn't even do an accent. No. We wouldn't want him to.
No.
But anyway, it looks like Craig may be finally, ready to come back. And I think it might just be one more movie.
Mm-hmm.
Purvis and Wade, who have written Bond scripts since Brosnan's time, They say basically they have a script written and they're just waiting for Craig. And this was probably a while ago. But, Craig's done Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre.
So 5 movies?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This will be his 5th. So, yeah, that'll put him up there with, I think, maybe Moore did 5. I can't remember. See, Moore did Live and Let Die, Man with a Golden Gun, Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only. No. Definitely, I think Moore did 7 movies.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, definitely not going to touch that record, but that's when they could do a movie every 2 years, which was, oh man.
That kind of
great.
Yeah.
And Casino Royale is one of my favorite Bond movies, and I think maybe it's because they had such a gap of time they could really craft a story. Of course, it's based off a book, so they had that help as well.
It felt like a fresh start in the Bond universe.
Ways, yeah.
It was raw. It was gritty. It wasn't the classed up.
It was a great balance.
Yeah.
It wasn't too gritty. It wasn't what I mean. It was just enough. And I was really ready for Craig to go on. And after Quantum, we had a delay, and then after Skyfall, which got received pretty well. Another delay because they're waiting on Sam Mendes to direct, which I think was a mistake.
I think so too.
Spectre was. I have many issues with Spectre.
Yeah.
It just, to me, it was like a paint by numbers Bond, but then they had these bad twists that really made things really seem small. Like all the villains he's battled has just been from him pissing off this brother he had for 2 years, basically because he was brought into another family after he lost his parents, and this kid was so demented that he faked his death, killed his dad, started Spectre just in spite of Bond, and I just didn't like that. I thought that was just really bad.
I think a lot of the core is with the last one, and for me personally, I mean, I've watched a lot of other Bonds. Nobody really wants to know his background.
No, I mean,
they want to see an issue and him solve it.
Yeah, I don't
want to know his background story. That's
right.
For me, that took away from the movie.
I'm tired of him going rogue.
Yeah.
Also, I want him to be kind of a company man. Like he can go rogue once in a while. Maybe within the mission, he can go rogue because he realizes maybe some of the files he got, it's wrong analysis on the situation.
Yeah.
But he should respect him as well, which he kind of does. But he also kind of has a attitude towards him, it's like,
well, he always has, though. I mean, there have always been...
not the first him though.
No,
originally, no, it was very like, yes sir, I will do the mission, da 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 da, and then it just from there, after the Bernard Lee left the franchise, like Judi Dench was the first M. Really, they had friction, which it made sense because she was the first female M.
Yeah,
and it was just dealing with all that. And I get like this M, Judi Dench's take on M for the Craig movies. How they had more of a closer relationship, and she was able to like reinvent the character a little bit.
but what an amazing job she did, because she was so fantastic at what she did. They were not only able to say, okay, we can take you from the Brosnan universe over to the Craig universe and still have a believable character. I mean, sometimes these guys, when you change actors and stuff, they put their own spin and take on it, so it makes it tough to bring on somebody that was in a previous movie. Q was probably the easiest to bring over and all that stuff because he's always just been a gadget guy. Interaction was minimal, only for the beginning of the movie. But
which we didn't get him until Skyfall.
Yeah. Well, once he passed away, it was kind of tough.
Well, they had John Cleese as a replacement. Like Die Another Day, he was Q. They didn't carry him over, which
was kind of sad.
Yeah, they probably could have done it, but I think Judi Dench was carried over because she was an Oscar winner. She actually was a really great actress.
Yeah.
And she probably was one of the highlights of the Brosnan era. So they're like, well, let's put her back, which was a ballsy move because it really
was, but it worked well because the storyline was more of a Bond becoming Bond.
Yeah.
So you needed a mother figure in it.
Right.
M standing for mother sounds, and she was a hard-edged woman. I mean, she knew how to play a role and
right. Well,
wonderful.
Getting back to the whole M thing, I want him to walk into M's office, have respect, not all these quips, get his mission, go do his mission.
Yeah.
It's very simple, and I think we're done with this. Skyfall and everything around revolves around him, and I really want Bond. Looking back, he never really was this way. He should be though, because he's a spy. But everybody knows him. Like James Bond, he's like the worst spy. He can never be a spy. People know who he is.
Yeah.
It's like they need to have more mystery with that name when he meets people. Like when he says that name, they should not even have an idea of who this guy is, and this whole Blofeld thing. We'll get Christoph Waltz back if Craig returns. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll improve on, and I think Christoph Waltz is a great actor, and that's not a stretch or anything, but I think he just wasn't given the best material. I just didn't like the writing in the last one was just not on
Put Tarantino in there.
Yeah, I don't think Tarantino's too big, I think, for
but
that.
But he understands Christoph Waltz.
Oh, yeah, just have him write his lines. Yeah. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hell, he wrote before Tarantino, before he became a director. He wrote some scripts, but I don't know. Might be a lot of money to have him write, but that'd be great.
But he understands the diabolical and can really write well for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, I mean, we saw Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards and Django, and having him go from a bad guy to a good guy, I mean, didn't seem like a great leap in his acting ability, yet it was the scripting that made it so believable.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it wouldn't be a stretch to have.
Oh, yeah.
That would just be in my perfect world, though.
Yeah, no, I get it, yeah. I mean, I'm ready. I loved Casino Royale. I wanted to go further with that. It seems like we're going more into therapy movies. It's like, well, maybe we need Bond to be Bond. Like, why do we have to get all this... There's a reason why it's mysterious. Mysterious is, if you know all that stuff, it's like, really? Because you have an idea yourself. It's like when you read a book.
Yeah.
You have an idea of what it's going to look like and sound like, all that. And then the movie never really delivers on that. But
yeah, I
don't know. Like I said, I hope Craig gives a damn in this movie as well. It seemed like Spectre is just kind of just walking through it, at sometimes. And I just hope whoever they get to direct will be great. And the other rumor is Adele's going to come back.
That would be good. I liked her her song that they had.
And I
Skyfall.
thought, I mean, no offense to oh gosh, who's the guy that sang the last one for Spectre? Gosh, what's his name? British dude. But anyway.
Oh, Sam Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? That song is kind of catchy. I don't think it was Oscar worthy. I thought that was kind of a throwaway thing. It was kind of like, Adele really she really earned that thing to me.
Yeah.
And his song just, it just didn't seem like it was Oscar worthy.
To me, most of the Bond songs phone it in. I think it's just to bring in a big name. I really liked Casino Royale's opening.
Yeah. Chris Cornell.
To me, that was
the late, great Chris Cornell.
best opening, but a lot of will argue. with the other being Adele. So, I mean, to me, I'm coming in pretty late in the game for Bond fans because for me, I've really taken an interest since Daniel Craig's come in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll continue to take an interest in Bond now that I've kind of gotten into it, but it's just I'm late in the game.
Yeah, there'll be at least one more movie with him if he
Hopefully.
comes back,
Yeah.
obviously. So we'll see. Maybe they can wrap things up. I
Mhm.
mean, he pretty much walked away from everything in the last one, which is another thing I didn't like. It's like, he's James Bond. He's supposed to be a spy. He's not supposed to have kids or anything. He's
Mhm.
supposed to be, that's what he does.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you know, in the past, they explored that. It always ends bad.
Mm-hmm.
He got married once in the
Yeah.
movies, and she died. She got killed right away by Blofeld.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking this new girl he has will have the same fate, or
Yeah.
he'll just push her away because he doesn't want her to get harmed.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, Casino Royale is like, that's like on the top of my Bond movies out of all of them.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. It might be the most favorite. I'm not sure, but even though it doesn't have a lot of elements from the Bond movies, you know, it was such a good movie. And it just, I remember at the time I was so ready, you know, after I saw that, I was like, man, I'm just amped. Let's go. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Craig can, maybe knowing it's his last movie, he'll
Give it his all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. It just, yeah, I know he's up there in age now too.
Have his wife be the Bond girl, please. I really like
Well,
that lady.
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the rumor was like a couple movies back she was going to be the head of Quantum, which would have been
That
cool.
would have been cool.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
as a bad guy, she could play a villain pretty well. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road. I'm not sure if did you ever see that?
I still want to see it. I have not.
Oh, it's an incredible movie.
My fault.
Furiosa is a character played
Yeah.
by Charlize Theron in that movie that she almost outshined Mad Max in a way, because Mad Max is pretty simple character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got tragedy in his past. He was a cop, but he's just basically a character just trying to make his way through this wasteland, you know, this apocalyptic wasteland. But Furiosa, she is one of the soldiers for this. I don't remember the villain in the last movie too well, but anyway, she's a driver. She's missing an arm.
Mm-hmm.
What's unique is the vehicle she drives on the door. There's a trace of an arm there, so it's almost like a memorial for her arm or something.
Like it got
that.
blown off or something
Yeah.
like that. Gotcha.
But she has this unique thing where when she goes into driving, she puts like war makeup on, sort
cool.
of like she gets like this oil or something, and she puts it all over her forehead and down to her eyes, and it just brings her eyes out.
Oh,
And
wow.
It's really a cool look. People fell in love with that character, and director George Miller, you know, supposedly he wrote 3 scripts while making Fury.
Mm-hmm.
One was, I think, a prequel with Charlize Theron's character to be featured, and he planned it to be an anime film, kind of like Animatrix, maybe, kind of like a,
Sure.
you know, before we get to Fury Road. But Theron said basically she's ready to play her again whenever Miller is. Not sure when he's going to be able to direct it again, because he's up there in age, and there's been rumors he might do Man of Steel 2, all this other
That'd
stuff.
be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be.
I'd
neat.
like to see a gritty take on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he could. He originally was going to do Justice League back in 2006, maybe.
Wow.
But it would have been different, that's for sure.
Oh, that was the Australian cast. Yeah, they were going to do it down there in Australia.
They had some.
I remember that.
directors, though.
Yeah, I remember they had all the people hired. They had. I wonder if we're ever going to get like a Superman documentary
so.
on that. That'd be
We
cool.
should.
Yeah.
We should. We actually reviewed that last week. Steve finally watched it, reviewed it, and we're going to have that review out there on its own very shortly. But that's a great documentary.
I really want to see that still.
Yeah, it's good. And I hope John Schnepp does the documentary.
Yeah.
He's just good at this. This might be one of his things where he can find these, you know, dead projects and bring them back into the, you know, front and center, and you get to see, because so many dead projects out there you never see. There's storyboards and all kinds of stuff that was gonna, you know, that was made for these movies, and you just never see them. It's just crazy. But yeah, you need these documentaries to show that. But we'll see. I'd love to see it, because I've heard Arnie Hammer said like his Batman outfit was gonna have like pistons in it and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Like I think it was like another costume towards the end.
Sure.
Which I'm fascinated, because they reboot Batman in 2005 with Bale,
Mm-hmm.
but Arnie Hammer was gonna be Batman in the Justice League following up.
Yeah, it would have
so
been.
It's like, what were they going to just do standalone movies here? Or, you know?
Kind of sounds like it. I mean, Nolan verse has always been its own thing, so.
Maybe that's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many projects coming out back then that died. You know, I remember there was going to be a Batman versus Superman one.
Who's going to be Wonder Woman in that?
Oh, she was an Australian actress. She was also in Fury Road. Very short part, but
Okay.
she looked pretty good as a. I could see her as Amazon for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, she's bigger than Gal Gadot, but you know, Gal Gadot did a great job.
Yeah.
So I think we still got a good Wonder Woman out of everything. I don't really have much TV or game news. I don't know if you do.
I don't. I do have one funny YouTube video.
Mhm.
I'm a big YouTube fan.
Oh, same
Probably
here.
everybody knows.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah. Funny or Die came out with a spoof on American Psycho and actually put Huey Lewis in with Weird Al doing the scene for scene at the line where all the newspapers are down on the floor.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. If you have like 2 or 3 minutes, just check it out.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Very well done.
What should they search?
I would just search American Psycho spoof Funny or Die with Weird Al.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's hilariously funny. Well done.
Well, I have one comic news
Yeah.
item, and I wish Steve was here because he's the comic guy, and
I
also
know.
this features a character that's really dear to his heart, Green Lantern.
Yes.
He's going to get a Earth 1 makeover.
Oh.
Yeah, he's instead of being a cocky Air Force pilot,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be a curious and adventurous scientist.
Well, we'll see how that plays.
He inspects asteroids for Ferris Galactic,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess he finds a ring through, going through those asteroids, and it's a fallen Green Lantern core. So basically, he's going to rebuild the core. Which
Interesting.
sounds a little interesting, but again, it sounds like a whole other character.
I really hope that that's not what they go with for the movie Green Lantern Corps.
I don't. I hope not either. This storyline is gonna be due out March 20th, 2018. And I could be wrong, but I did share this with Steve in private, and he seemed like he was okay with it. But man, I'm actually not okay with it. I think that's a bad idea.
Well, take it from
totally-
a guy who lived, breathed, and loves, the Green Lantern.
Yeah,
Maybe a good thing.
maybe. I mean, I guess the test pilot thing might be dated a little bit.
It could be.
I don't know.
I mean, when it came out, it was a hot thing.
Well, and if they adapt this idea for a movie, maybe it's also to distance itself from the Ryan Reynolds movie, which he was a cocky pilot.
But so horribly done.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a missed opportunity. He had a great director.
Mhm.
Again, Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Martin Campbell directed this Green Lantern movie, and did you see that trailer of Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan's new movie? It's called The Foreigner, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's directed by Campbell.
Is it? Holy cow, does that look good.
Yeah, it does.
Like his family, Jackie Chan's family gets killed or something like that.
His daughter.
Yeah.
He drops her off, and then the building explodes.
Yeah.
Then Pierce Brosnan, I think, is kind of like a
Bad guy with a beard.
I don't. He seems more of like a bad guy in a gray area type of thing. Like he's basically a politician.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's like mostly bad, probably, but he seems to be a go-to person for these tragic events. Like who's behind it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the argument is he knows who's behind it. Jackie Chan wants names. He won't give them to him, so he starts killing people, I think.
Yeah.
So it's really a dramatic piece for Jackie Chan. I mean, it's got action in it too.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this is a great team up. I kind of was hoping when they started filming this that they were going to be buddies in this movie, and they're not. So it does borrow a lot to me from Collateral Damage when Arnold drops his same thing. I think Arnold drops his kid off, maybe his wife too.
At a
An
restaurant,
explosion
yeah.
happens, and then you get to see him cry, which was awful. But I'm sure Chan will do a better job crying.
Yeah.
Arnold's just like, He's just
Collateral damage.
collateral damage.
What the fuck did I do?
Tommy's the bad guy. It also has what was that Gerard Butler movie where his daughter and I think it was just his daughter got killed as a home invasion. And they just brutally killed his family, and he just went off. I can't remember what the hell that movie was called, but it was a movie where Butler turned against the attorneys who let him off. And I'm trying to think who was in that movie. Gosh, I wish I could remember the attorney. But anyway, he started executing attorneys in that firm.
Yeah.
And maybe it was unlawful entry. I don't know.
It could be. I can't remember.
He basically became a bad guy. He was a good guy that got wronged. He became a bad guy because the system just couldn't, avenge his family.
Yeah.
Legally or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, this movie kind of has a lot of that. It seems like it's borrowing from other movies, but still,
it looks like a good action flick.
Yeah,
like a one and done, but still it'll be good.
Yeah, and I love Pierce Brosnan. Love to see him in more things, and I think he's got a television show he's on now, and I think AMC might have it. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, great to see Campbell back at it. And, man, maybe Al and I got to do the commentary for Casino Royale.
Yes,
and we were hoping, at least I was hoping, Campbell would come back to induct a new Bond into the stratosphere, because he's kind of like the go-to guy for the last two Bonds when they introduce a new one.
Yeah.
He's the guy that does it, and he
does it well.
Away.
Yeah.
So I might be I'm sure this Foreigner movie will be definitely better than Green Lantern. So I don't know if it will be received well, but Campbell's a great director. He's done Mask of Zorro and just tons of stuff. Casino Royale, like we've talked about. But yeah, he's got good vision. So yeah, I think it'd be a good movie. But I don't know if you have anything else.
I don't. But things will be coming up movie wise, and all that good
San
stuff.
Diego's coming.
Yep,
be lots of talking on.
I'm sure we'll find some leak footage somewhere and post it.
Oh yeah, and there'll also be some public stuff too.
Yeah,
Joey so far said if there's he's gonna be so mad if there's Superman gets shown in a Justice League trailer. He's like,
why?
Because he doesn't want basically Warner Brothers to give in to the demands and show them Superman, because everyone's freaking out.
But he's going to be in a black suit. We've already seen leaked pictures.
I don't even. Are those real though?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell anymore. It really is. There's rumors it's going to be black suit. Who knows?
Black suit, beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're dead for a little while, you grow a beard. Yeah, he'll grow a man bun too.
He's going to become an artist. Grunge artist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Either way, I'll check it out. I mean, I tried this no trailer thing, and I was able to do it for Rogue One for the most part. It's just so hard to avoid those, but
especially when we do a podcast about movies, and comics.
For sure, you have to talk about it.
You kind of have to,
Yeah, you do. But yeah, go out and see Spider-Man, even though those trailers gave a lot away. But there are some surprises.
I'm sure good surprises, funny moments.
It's worth your money, though. You should definitely go check it out, and I think you could bring your wife to it. She's not into it much, We are also on all social media, so if you want to check us out, that'd be great. We're on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and FieldofGeeks.com. More to come. We'll be back next week. Have a good one. I'm Josh.
I'm Mitch.
Take care.
You too.